Hi, I'm Elliot Kircher, and today with Ryan Jones and Landon Wadley, we will show you a video and discuss our topic, robotic delivery.
Robots can do practically anything these days, but if there's one thing we could really use them for right now, it's delivering stuff. Thanks to all this coronavirus lockdown business, it's either inconvenient, dangerous, or downright impossible to go out and buy things from physical brick-and-mortar stores, which has caused a massive uptick in online ordering for practically everything. Food, toilet paper, bidets, gym equipment you're going to use for a month and then neglect until you have to move out, everything. And that's a problem because it's putting a huge burden on delivery people who have to risk their lives and work crazy hours just to make sure that everyone else doesn't run out of Instant Pots and flaming hot Cheetos. But does it have to be like this? Couldn't we just use robots to take some of that pressure off of humans? I'm Drew Prindle, and this is Robots Everywhere, a show where we chronicle the slow but steady takeover of our future robot overlords and show you how they're making their way into practically every facet of modern life. Let's start at the top. The holy grail of robotic delivery is arguably drones. There's nothing more sci-fi and futuristic than a sky filled with thousands of flying robots autonomously whizzing to and fro, ferrying packages and passengers from A to B. Unfortunately, we're not quite at that point. I mean, we have the technology, it's just not really everywhere yet. In fact, if you spend any amount of time on the internet at all, you've probably seen delivery drones from some of the companies that are leading the charge in the industry. One of the most high-profile ones is Amazon Prime Air, which is a vertical takeoff and landing drone from Amazon that also kind of looks like a plastic IKEA bed frame that can fly. Then there's Google's Wing Drone, which looks kind of like a dumpy float plane with pontoons glued directly to the wings and is capable of lowering packages down on a little retractable claw. There's also a bunch more from shipping companies like UPS, FedEx, and DHL. Practically every major shipping organization is getting in on the action. Now, before we get any deeper here, I want to take a second to explain why these drones all look so weird. The reason is that they're designed for both vertical takeoff and landing and high-speed forward winged flight. In other words, they use propellers to go up and down, but are also capable of flying forward and reaching speeds necessary to create lift with their wings, which saves energy over long distances because they don't have to run all of their propellers to stay in the air. So at this point, you're probably wondering, why then, even with all of this amazing drone technology, do we not have same-day drone-based shipping available to everyone? Couple reasons for that. First and foremost is logistics. We just don't have a good drone traffic control system yet. The FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, has been working for the past few years to figure out how to keep track of a zillion tiny aircrafts in the sky and prevent them from crashing into not only each other, but also passenger planes and buildings and cars, and unfortunately we still don't have a great system in place. And until that's done, drone delivery just won't be possible to pull off safely, at least not at a large scale. The second reason is efficiency. It might seem like flying a package over the streets and flying in a straight line to its destination would be more efficient than putting it in a van. But the fact of the matter is that drones have to fight gravity the whole time that they're in the air, which means running propellers and consuming energy. So right now, that makes drones far more inefficient than ground-based modes of transportation, like trucks, vans, and even trains, none of which have to fight gravity as much in order to move around. And barring some major technological leap that makes drones crazy efficient, that's probably not going to change anytime soon. So despite the fact that they're super cool, delivery drones just don't make a ton of sense right now. Which brings me to my next point. Flying delivery bots aren't practical right now, but terrestrial delivery bots that rove around on the ground? Totally different story. In fact, there are tons of companies, big and small, that are busy developing ground-based robots that can autonomously haul packages right to your front door. The best example of this trend is arguably Starship Robotics. This company, which, by the way, was founded by the guys who created Skype, has developed what looks like a six-wheeled cooler that can securely store packages inside its chamber and then autonomously drive on sidewalks to deliver them. It's super clever because by sticking to sidewalks and other footpaths instead of actual roads, these robots don't need to meet the super high safety standards that autonomous cars are held to. This basically means that they're cheaper and less technologically complex to deploy, so Starship already has a bunch of them out in the world delivering stuff, and has already made over 100,000 deliveries. Right now, it's mostly operating at university campuses, but it's also available in certain cities in the UK and plans to expand more in the very near future. The good news is that you won't have to wait for Starship before you can get stuff delivered robotically to your house. Starship's six-wheeled sidewalk bot idea debuted back in 2014, and since then has been copied by a bunch of competitors, one of which just so happens to be this little company that you may have heard of called Amazon. Back in early 2019, the company unveiled Amazon Scout, a robot that looks uncannily similar to the one that Starship makes. Now, Scout hasn't been deployed very widely yet and is still doing small-scale trials in just 2 cities, but if there's any company that's going to make robotic delivery mainstream, it's Amazon. That's not all, though. There are loads of other companies working on the same thing. FedEx is getting in on the sidewalk robot game too, and is pushing the envelope. Get it? They send mail. They're pushing the envelope by designing even more advanced robot tech. In 2019, the company launched its Roxo robot, which, in addition to autonomously navigating footpaths, can also climb stairs and deliver stuff directly to your doorstep. If you think that's wild, though, just wait until you see what Ford is cooking up. Technically, they didn't develop this robot themselves, but they did toss a bunch of money to this company called Agility Robotics, which has developed a crazy bipedal package delivery bot with articulated hip joints and these weird ostrich-looking legs. Not only can this monster climb stairs and drop off packages, but it can also take that final step and ring your doorbell to let you know. So clearly, when it comes to delivery bots, there is a lot of amazing tech out there. We've got ostrich robots, we've got sidewalk surfing cooler robots, and we have drones with retractable claws. All things that seem like they were plucked straight from the pages of a sci-fi novel. But while they're all super impressive and getting more advanced with each passing month, chances are low that any of these delivery methods will become mainstream anytime soon. It's going to take time for the companies behind these amazing robots to refine their technology and scale up their operations. So we're probably still looking at another 3 to 5 years minimum before robot delivery is something that the average person has access to. And honestly, probably more like 10 years before it's a common part of everyday life. So really, what I'm trying to say is that here in 2020, robots are out there. But by 2030, robots are going to be everywhere.
Digital Trends is the publisher of the video you just watched, and they often publish videos similar to it on their YouTube channel. A lot of these videos are about up-and-coming technology, and that is because Digital Trends is the largest independent premium technology publisher in the world. And they have won multiple awards and are a huge multimedia brand that guides consumers to the best products and services available today in tech. But they also have huge amounts of information on future technology that has the potential to shape our lives tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Landon Watley, and we chose delivery robots as our topic in this video because of its relevance in today's society. This video was released in the height of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, and through that, we all experienced the firsthand increase in delivery services from places like Amazon, the grocery store, or food from local restaurants. Robot deliveries have become an increasingly hot and seemingly needed piece of technology. While recently we've seen the country open back up and in-person shopping again increase, people have said that they've enjoyed the convenience along with the safety of shopping from home. So it poses us with the question, what if a pandemic happens again? This makes this future piece of technology not only relevant in today's society, but maybe a necessity as social distancing continues. So this makes these robots' chances of becoming part of our everyday life ever probable. Drones are considered the holy grail of at-home delivery. Examples of this technology are Amazon Prime Air and Google Wing. Other companies have drones too, such as UPS, FedEx, and DHL. So if the technology exists, why can't we use same-day drone-based shipping? Well, as the video pointed out, there's still some problems. The FAA has still not approved drone traffic control system. It poses dangers to current planes in the air and pedestrians flying. Another issue is that it's still less efficient than ground delivery. While you would think that the drone is faster, it's still having to fight gravity the entire time, which makes it use more energy. So at the moment, and for the time being, it's less efficient than traditional ground-based delivery.
So my name's Ryan Jones. I'm going to talk about ground-based robotic delivery systems. So as Land kind of pointed out, drones have their advantages in some regards, but also so does the ground-based robotic delivery systems. These advantages are that they're significantly cheaper and their technology is not as complex as drones. In addition, the robot's ability to maneuver on sidewalks means that these robots don't have to meet high safety measures and technology like autonomously driving cars do. So let's talk about the front runner who's kind of taken this initiative on. And that company is called Starship Robotics. They've taken charge in this competition to develop and implement these ground-based robotics in our day-to-day lives. And so one of the ways that they've attempted to do this is they've developed a 6-wheeled robot, and it kind of acts as a cooler on wheels. These robots can drive autonomously on sidewalks, and the idea behind them is that they literally drive up to your doorstep, unload the package themselves, and then return back to their home unit. Mostly, as of right now, Starship Robotics has these on college campuses, and then in addition, they have some in the UK. But as we continue to move forward in times like this with COVID, we could definitely foresee that when people are unable to go to the store to get groceries or things like that, these coolers on wheels, they would be able to deliver groceries. One of the drawbacks is, if they are delivering their groceries, how many groceries can they actually deliver? Could they deliver a full, a family of 4 of their full groceries for the week? That would be something that would have to be thought about moving forward. But, as of right now, in, the present tense with COVID that we're in, we do think that this is something that could start to see a positive trend more and start to affect everybody's day-to-day lives more.
So just like Starship Robotics with the ground-based robot, other companies have followed suit. In 2019, Amazon Scout, which is very similar to the Starship, deployed its product into 2 cities. But while it's only in 2 cities right now, I wouldn't put it past Amazon to take this idea and run with it, put it into action, and become a lead competitor in ground-based robotics. Others have also followed suit and hopped on the ground-based robot bandwagon, such as FedEx with their Roxo, who can take it one step further and climb stairs and actually leave the package on the doorstep. Or the Ford Digit, which is an agility-based bipedal robot that can not only climb stairs, leave the package at the door, but also ring the doorbell.
So the real question is, how will this impact the future? Who will it affect and when? This will impact the future in more ways than just one. Companies could see more business in less time at a cheaper cost. Consumers could see more convenient and eventually cheaper methods of delivery with zero contact with others. However, these benefits do not come without sacrifices. A thing for these companies to really consider is the impact on the employees and the job market companies like DoorDash, Amazon, Waiter, and FedEx offer. But the thing to keep in mind is perfecting and implanting these delivery robotics into a society will take time. Experts project that it could take 3 to 5 years until the average person has access to this technology, and it could be another 10 years until it's actually in everyone's day-to-day life.